Hello and welcome at the third Elastic Email webinar. And today we are going to talk a bit about last minute holiday email campaign. And we hope that the tips and advice we will be sharing with you today will help you create and send the perfect holiday campaign. But before we start talking and sharing our tips, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Anna and head of marketing at Elastic Email. I have a pleasure to connect you with via our social media channel and other marketing channel where Elastic Email is available. I have over 5 years experience in marketing, so I have tips during this busy season. But today with me here is Andrzej. Andrzej, could you introduce yourself now?
Hi everybody, I'm Andrzej. I am a customer success specialist and also delivery specialist here in Elastic Email. So you may know me if you create a ticket in our support system. My usual work is that I help people with resolving their issue of configuration, with email sending, and I help them with achieving the best delivery of their campaigns. I work for Elastic Email for more than 3 years. I am here with Anna to provide you with useful knowledge about holiday campaign. I'm not that good at marketing as Anna. I have a set, so today I'll cover more about delivery aspect, or technical aspect, and Anna will cover more about the marketing aspect. But before we'll start that, we'd like to do Elastic Email.
Okay, Elastic Email is one email delivery platform very specialized in delivering transactional and marketing emails. We do this since 2010, so we have a lot of experience in creating emails, delivering them. So if you are new here or evaluating us as your ESP, feel free to join us, check out our tools and features, or ask us if you need something. Before at the end of this session, we will have Q&A part. So we are here for you, and we would love to answer all of your questions, even when they will not regarding our last week.
Yep. But now we're presentation review. And let's go ahead and do the following first. Yes.
So we are here today to talk more about how to get the most out of your email campaign. And during this quick session, we will be talking about general tips and advice for your holiday marketing campaign. We will tell you how to create a great holiday template. We will show you the examples of perfect holiday lines. After will tell you more about how to deliver delivery emails with decisions, and at least we will show you how to make this for last campaign. And earlier, we will also have a Q&A session, prepare questions, and we'll try to answer all of them. Okay, so let's move to the general tips and advice, or Andrzej, you would like to add something?
Yeah, we would like to start. We like to start with some advice, and I heard that somebody says that we have a bit of a technical problem breaking up. We are working on that. Don't even if you cannot, if you cannot hear everything well, this webinar will be posted on our website. So you will perfect version in a moment. Sorry. And let's go ahead and start with our general tips and advice.
Okay, so this holiday season is one of the busiest seasons, but also it is the most lucrative times of the year for many businesses, from startups and any mid-sized businesses to big corporation and high volume senders. So it is something new that if you want your holiday campaign to be married right, you will need a solid marketing plan. But I think it is late for creating a plan. So now I would rather share some tips and advice uh, to help you create and send as soon as possible your holiday email campaign. So let's start with something easy like go mobile or go home. I know how it may sound, maybe a bit funny or a bit silly, but trust me that this season, as in any other season of the year, brands can't afford to miss out on mobile. I checked out the litmus stats and I realized that over 53% of emails are open on mobile devices. So this is a really huge amount of emails. Um, so I would like to share with you right now some easy things you can do to help your emails be better for mobile. If you are new to email marketing or you are just starting, it is good to review the basic of email marketing first. And the main goal, the key message of mobile friendly email is simple. You should make it easier and more enjoyable for the recipient to view your message, to increase engagement with your contact while they are on the go, when they are looking for the Christmas tree, last gifts, and maybe some ingredients for the tasty Christmas dishes. So yeah, keep it as simple as it is possible, and easier to read and to check out. The second tip I would like to share with you is to keep your email clean and put there only the things that are important and you really want to tell or show to your recipient, because in this busy season every second counts. So if you put there too much things, too many things, then probably you missed out the most important one. Your recipient also missed out the key message of your email. So you can lose too much. Also, I recommend you to choose one column layout, because if you will use a single column for your message, it will be easier to display the thing on mobile devices. And then any text or images you want to focus on your review will be able to be sure that everything on your end were good and should drive the result that you expect. When I'm talking about the one column layout, I think I should add that I should add something about fonts, because it is also the really important aspect of your message, of your email template. Um, and I would like to mention that some of you during March created the last thing before you go for your holiday use really tiny fonts like 10 or 11 pixels, and they look much smaller on some mobile devices, especially when people use the old phones with really small screens. So if you want to make your text visible and clear for your subscribers, rather use font in the 13 or 22 pixels. 22 pixels is definitely a maximum, and 13 is definitely minimum size of font you should use in your email template. In general, your text is good for readers all devices, including laptops or desktop computers. Um, and it is obvious that the larger font makes your message easier to read. The next tip is about choosing your images. If you have some technical know-how, you can use font coding techniques to make sure that your images are going to work mobile platform. But if you don't have any technical know-how, you can use smaller images or compressing your images by, for example, 50%. I think 50% will be enough. And also, you should remember to add the alt text, because if your subscriber use the email clients where your images will be broken, then alt text help them understand what was on the picture and what is the message of your message. And the last tip about creating perfect email for mobile devices is to test your email on different devices. In Elastic Email, we also have a feature that will help you check out how your email template will look on mobile devices. But also there is another well-known tool called Litmus that will help you test your email across the mobile devices. So now I would like to skip the second general tips for your campaign. And now I would like to ask Andrzej about talking a bit about validated and engaged lists that are the most proper when it's going about sending email to them.
All right. So validated and engaged lists of subscribers are best lists of subscribers. Because you should send mail only to people who ask to receive your emails or your email campaigns, and you shouldn't do cold emailing. In many countries, contacting people who never asked for your offers could get you in trouble. And in the email industry, the confirmed opt-in list or double opt-in list, as they are called, it's better than the lists that are not confirmed. And this is especially important during holiday seasons, because during holiday seasons a lot of people will receive large number of emails from multiple companies, and getting to the inbox and being visible is very important for your business. So by adding non-validated contacts, you'll just hurt your reputation and your delivery rate, because recipient servers could start filtering your email and even mail to your legitimate clients. Legitimate email to clients that are already engaged could be posted in bulk folder, in promotions folder, or even in spam folder. And this behavior is not something you like to see during this critical period that is right now. Besides that, engaged and validated lists will give you a much better result than other lists, and will help you with achieving success. And like I said, it's not only for holiday season, but it's especially important in the holiday season. And you should uphold, using validated and engaged lists all the time, all of the year. And I think that's all. If you have any questions about, how to compose your contact list or how to segment your list, you can ask us about this during our Q&A session that will be held after our presentation. But let's go to another step.
Yeah, maybe before we move to another step, I would like to add that for those who are new here, if you will upload the list of your contact to Elastic Email, we have a perfect contact validation tool that will help you check out how the state of your email list, right?
Yeah, it's basically it removes all addresses that should not receive emails, such as role addresses or addresses that are obviously invalid. For example, the other addresses that are sent that have two @ symbols. Nevertheless, you should only upload lists of contact that wants to receive your email and confirm their will to receive emails from you. And that's the most important thing here.
Yeah. So now let's go to the personalization. And I would like to start with something that is obvious from my standpoint, but I think that you also know that especially this season, your subscribers receive a lot of similar emails, especially when it's going about the subject line, but also sometimes the template are very, very similar because people often use the free photos. So it is nothing new that if you use the same gallery of free photos, your template will be similar to the other. So personalization is a good way to show that you care about your customer. But keep in mind that personalization can mean a lot more than just merging in a recipient's first name. Personalization can also be about common values or facts for a specific group of your recipients. So if you are able to find those common values or facts, use it right now, because it really will help you not only to send the campaign to the proper audience, but also will help you to create content that will be good for the audience. I think that right now we treat personalization rather as an option, but I think that especially this season, personalization isn't an option. It is rather an expectation from your customers. So if you really care about how your email are, looking, how your subscribers feel your email or something, then spare some time and think over this aspect, because it can be really important. Even if not this time, then it will be a benefit in a long run. And the last tip is more about the marketing than just an email marketing. I would like to recommend you to put together your social media campaign and email marketing campaign, because your subscribers or customers probably are available also in marketing channels. So if you will send the campaign, try to keep also some of elements of those campaigns also in your marketing channels, like in social media. So if you recommend in your email template some offer, maybe just try to post those offers in your social media channels, and then your subscribers will be able to feel like they're still on the same page. This is your brand. It's in my opinion, such action can increase your chance to win the deal you offer this time. So right now we can move to the second part of this webinar, and tell a bit about how to create a great holiday email template. So, generally speaking, you have two options to create your email template. You can do this by your own, or you can use the pre-designed email template. And of course, I will try to tell you a bit about both of this way. But also, I would like to recommend you, especially this season, if you really want to prepare your last-minute holiday campaign, I recommend you to use pre-designed templates, because this way just will save your time, and you won't check out every single element if they work properly, and if you didn't miss anything. So first of this way is to create your template by your own. And in Elastic Email, you can code it in raw HTML, but also you can create your template in drag and drop editor. But before you start creating your whole template, I recommend you to create every single element first. Not only because it will be easier to manage and to match all of those elements later, but also because you will see what you should improve, what is not necessary this time, or maybe what you miss out if when you create your template. At the beginning, we told you that you have to keep in mind that your emails have to be mobile friendly. So if you really want to have grab the attention of your customers, we really recommend you to keep this thing in mind and do your best to make your email template be clear and consistent and easy to open on, especially those small devices. But I also said that you have an option to choose the pre-designed email template, and in our template gallery you will find a lot of Christmas email templates that are perfectly designed and they will work perfectly on mobile devices. So you can, after the webinar session, you can go to the template gallery and check them out and maybe use some of them, or maybe send us a suggestion what we should add or improve. Okay, and Andrzej, I think it is a time to you
to speak a bit about subject lines. Template creation is very important. It shows what's inside your email, but the thing that will attract your recipients to your email is the subject line, because it's the first thing they see, and it's like do or don't moments. They need to be encouraged to click on that subject line and open your emails. And now we'll learn how to design perfect subject line for this type of occasion. So there's few rules that you should remember and that you should follow. The first one, your subject line should be short. Ideally under 40 characters. Why is that? First, the short subject lines are easy to grasp. You can read it, in 1 second, and they can be very informative. So can express more about your email than a lengthy sentence. And the other reason for a shorter lines in subject is that it's more trivial. The mail clients sometimes will just not show your full subject line, and they will, for example, cut it after a few words. But this is a real concern. So try to keep a short subject line, and you should be good. The other thing is that your subject line should be real, and that means it should reflect what's inside the email. So don't try. So you should not try to trick your recipient and say one thing in the subject line and other in the email content. I mean, if you just send a message for the first time to a new contact, don't suggest that you are catching up with them or that is a reply from previous conversation. Do not use like reply from like you're replying to another conversation. It will just not work. You need to know to give your recipient information and let them know what they can expect by opening your email. For example, if they downloaded your ebook, you could simply say your ebook is here. And if they just added themselves to your newsletter, you can create a subject line that says, welcome John or welcome Jane. Enter your first newsletter now. Another thing, and another rule that should be put to use is consistency. We call it keep it consistent. Why? Because your subscribers might see some preview text and it may not be a part of the actual subject line, but it's very related to it. You should take time to choose what the preview text will say. Otherwise, many email clients will just automatically pull first content from your email, and that may be something different than you would like to tell your recipient. This text is a little extra tidbit for your readers and provides additional information at a glance regarding the content of your email. So it's really important. Treat it as like secondary subject line. Subject line is your main header, and preview text is like lead of article. And the last thing, you should always test your subject lines. There are several methods to do those testing. It's called A/B or AX split. You can do that in Elastic Email with our campaign tool. So be free to feel free to test it on your own account. And the AX testing not only will give you a chance to see your different subject lines in action, but you will learn more about how which subject line works better for your customers. And remember that we talked before about customization and personalization, and subject line could serve part of this personalization. For example, for some recipients, the better subject line is one that includes their own name. For other, it's the one that includes your brand name. The possibilities are endless. So go ahead and do some testing. Not only you'll get valuable insight, but you'll develop the skills of email as an email marketer that will help you to grow in future and achieve more success in future. And you can create your own subject lines based on our tips provided, but you have a few examples for you just here, and I will tell you more about it and why we chose those subject lines as a perfect example here.
So we prepared 10 examples of holiday subject line that perform well, and as you can see, 8 of them start with your brand name, and I use it and put it here intentionally because as I said earlier, your subscribers or customers will receive a lot of similar emails during this time. So if you really want to highlight your brand or make it stand out, then you should use your brand name as a first thing of your subject line. But be careful with all those words, because as you can see, I put there something like get 70% of everything with our holiday sale, or free gift, or a free holiday gift just for our members, or unique holiday gift, a special gift, and so on and so on. There are very, very popular subject lines. So maybe don't experiment with something new for you. So if you are an e-commerce owner, use something which is related to your flash sales or holiday sales or whatever. But if you are, for example, product owner, I mean, you serve some services or provide some tools, then use something which is more related to your business, even if it doesn't contain the buzzwords. Also, be careful with all those buzzwords, because people are more fluent in marketing, so they will feel that you try to sell something or market something. So be careful, but try to use some merge tags, or, as I said before, use your brand name as a first thing.
While we are on the subject of subjects, we're on the topic of the subject lines. I know that we have Q&A session after the presentation, but this is the one question from James that's asking about emojis. Can you tell us a bit more about emoji in the subject line?
Yeah, emoji is definitely a trend. So it is nice to put 1 or 2 emoji in your subject line if you are the company who use the tone of voice that includes such things. But if you will replace the words by emoji, it might be not a good idea. Why? Because some of email clients could show not the emoji but some characters or tags or something in code that will miss out the words of your whole message. So your subject line might seems like it is broken or something. So if you really want to add the emoji to your subject line, maybe use it at the beginning or at the end, but by definitely don't replace word by emoji.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you, James, for the question. And I think it's safe to move to another part.
Yeah, which is definitely your part.
Yeah, so this is a part of delivery and how you can take care about your delivery this season. Some of the advice I will give here is applicable on every time of year, but go ahead and let's hear it. So right now we are at the end of the holiday season. We are waiting to get our gifts from our from the Santa Claus and other nice people. So at this point, you should have strategy rolled up and strategy in motion. So this is not the time to change your strategy, marketing wise and delivery wise. It's now this is like the last period of email sending, and sudden changes will make your delivery worse than usual. What are those sudden changes? You shouldn't change your sender domain because right now, your sender domain is your reputation and it's like your ID card. If you change your ID card, people will not recognize you, and mail filters will not recognize you. So the change could make the recipient filters will put your email to bulk folders, promotion folders, not in the primary folder. And while you're on topic of mail from address and sender domain address, do not use no reply address as a sender. It shows that you are not interested in engaging with your client because no reply means I don't want to hear a reply from you. And that is very bad in terms of engagement with addresses. And there's other thing, holiday season. During holiday season, a lot of people are taking vacation. So they could leave the office. They leave out of office messages, and no reply addresses cannot receive those notifications. What other thing you should not change? You should definitely not change your sending IPs. So if you currently are sending from shared IP pool, do not ask for switching to dedicated IP because each IP needs some time to get reputation, to establish reputation of recipient servers. And if you switch the IP to the new private IP that has previous none or little history of sending emails, your emails most likely will get throttled or get filtered out. In the worst case scenario, they could just get rejected. And the same is true from the other side. If you are using private IPs, don't switch to shared IPs because your private IP has reputation established, and you'll just toss that away, and you'll lose all benefits of using private IPs. And during holiday season, it's best to stick to your proven solutions and not to try anything new. We spoke about contact lists, and that applies here to delivery. Contact lists are super important in terms of when it comes to delivery, and you shouldn't experiment with the contact list as well. And you should basically try to use the same channel as you used in previous weeks. Do not make big changes. Do not try, to switch over from one ESP to other ESP at this moment. You could look into that, after the holiday season. But right now, it's better to use the same channels as you are using right now. It will help you with delivering your emails and will result in better end results and in bigger success than making changes right now. And I think that's all when it comes to delivery. It's pretty basic, but a lot of people may be tempted to use new solutions, and just don't do this right now. Those changes should be moved slowly and not suddenly.
Okay, so we told a lot of things today, but now I think it's the time to sum up everything. So we create the ultimate checklist for your holiday, for your last-minute holiday campaign, and I hope that all those tips will help you avoid mistakes that can damage your campaign, or make them not as effective as you expect. So let's start from the first tip on this checklist. Keep your list up to date and clean. Andrzej told you a lot about how to take care of your list, and I would like to remind that at Elastic Email we have the contact validation tool, and you can use it if you are not sure the state of your contact list. So it will be easier, and it definitely save your time. Taking care of the subject line is also important, but I hope that you know your message, you know your audience, so you want what will perform the best for your audience, and what will help you get the best effect from your words. Also, I recommend you to pay attention on the content, and it is nothing new that less is more. So as I wrote in the third tips, use your images wisely, use your words in the text wisely, and choose the things that are really important. People are busy, they have less time than usual, so if they will open your email, you have a chance to show them that you know about those things and you don't want to waste their time. So your message is clear, but important for them. Making your call to action as clear as it is possible is important, because if you put to your email template few call to action, then your subscribers might not be sure what is the key call to action, what they really have to do. Click on those offers, choose another one, or maybe subscribe to your newsletter, what? So you have to stop for a moment, think over the most important call to action, and then use it. I think that one call to action in the email is enough.
Hey, Anna, James is asking about CTA. We just described that CTA is call to action. Could you give us a good example of call to action button in email newsletter? And how could it look? Is it the button? Is it the image? Just the.
Okay, got it. I think that the best, it is really hard to say what will be the best call to action, because it depends on the content, on the offer, on the message you send to your subscribers. But it is definitely better to use buttons, which is more visible than link in the text. But it also includes so many important factors, like the size of the button, the color of the button, the message at the bottom. So I recommend to keep your call to action button as simple and as clear as it is possible. So, for example, if you want to tell your subscribers that you offer some discount, for example, at the yellow or green button with the text like get your discount, or grab 70% off, or something that really point them to the place where they really will get the things you offer, you promised them.
So just to make sure, this CTA or call to action button is just this big button in the newsletter offers. For example, if I signed up for my local game store, and if they send me an offer with discounted games for my game console, the big button, shop now. This is a call to action button, yes?
Yeah, because by this word and by this button, they force you, they try to force you to take an action in their shop, for example.
All right, that makes sense.
Yeah. Making your emails mobile friendly is important, but it also depends. If you are sure that your audience will open your email on the desktop because it is the specific value of your group, then you can put it down on your priority list. But it is better to take care of this thing. I mean, to make your email mobile friendly, because probably your subscriber will open those emails in this season mostly on mobile devices. Also, I really recommend you to personalize your email, to look for those common values, to look for those common facts, and to use, the merge tag are okay, but try to look for something different that will help you make your brand outstanding, and show that you care about your customers. Also, as Andrzej said, it is important to take care of your delivery, rather not do any experiments, do everything that works for you previously. And two last tip I shared with you here is to be less about size and more about story. So if you were wondering how to sell in the story, then I'm sure that you know how to do this. Sales message are not only about let's do this, or you should do this, or whatever. You can write the nice story, not the novel, but the quick story which will help you show that this message is important and you really need this product, or this product will help you solve your issue. So if you will, share something nice and then show that you have the solution for your issue or for your needs, then it is, it will look more useful than just a quick message: buy this shoes, or buy this gift, or get this gift. And at least have fun. This is holiday season. People are nice and people are happy. So use this chance also, and create the email that stole their hearts, not that will sell something, or show that you really want to offer them a special deal. And be happy when you create your template and your campaign. I'm sure that your subscribers will feel this and will get back to you, more likely than when you will just, sell them something.
Thank you, Anna. This is a great piece of advice, a lot of advice. We know that this is a lot of knowledge to process. Don't worry, this webinar will be posted on our YouTube page, and so you can access it anytime later. And it is also visible on elasticemail.com/webinars. But this is not the end. We still have question and answer session. And we would like to answer your questions. And we just spoke about making your emails mobile friendly. And James has another question. He's asking if templates on Elastic Email Gallery are mobile friendly or not. The ones that are pre-designed.
Yeah, our designers did their best to create the templates that are mobile friendly, so you don't have to be worried that you will send a template that will be broken on the mobile devices. You can use this template, and you can be sure that they will work properly on every mobile devices.
Oh, thank you for that question, James. We have another question from one of our readers. Diego is asking about how can he, put some sales perspective in the email that's trying to build up a story. So how do you connect those two things? You said that you should build a story in your email, but how you build that story so you can achieve some success in regards to sales or to getting people to use your product?
Mm-hmm. It depends what what you offer. Because let's imagine that you offer, for example, or you are the e-commerce owner and you sell, for example, clothes. So let's imagine that your story is all about people who are in rush, who just, for example, who forget to buy some gifts or wherever, and you know how to help them in this not very good situation because you are offering not only the special offer, I mean discount, but you, for example, offer the free delivery. So you don't have to say, oh, I offer the special discount, or and then I offer a free delivery. So come to us and buy something, and then everything will be okay. You can share some story that you understand that people are busy, they have less time, so you would love to help them, to buy the last gifts, and then show your offer also not by words and not by forcing them to buy your clothes, but show them something that might be useful for them. For example, if you use the use any segmentation based on behavior or interests, you can use it right now. So you can show in this email template the thing that people are were looking for in your website. And then I think that if you will write the nice copy at the beginning and then put the content that they might be interested in, and add the nice and not so not so strong call to action, then you will achieve your goals, and you will sell via nice story. I hope my answer will help you. But if not, you can mail me or find me or send us a message on our social media, and I will try to find some examples maybe.
Oh, thank you, Anna. We have another question, this time from Monica. Monica is asking about plain text emails or emails that look like plain text. She says that she heard that this is a trend during the season. Do you think the plain text emails or emails that look like that will be successful in holiday campaigns?
Personally, I think that it also depends. But as you said, the plain text the plain text email are or were definitely a trend of this year. So if you feel that this kind of email will fit your brand, will fit your tone of voice, then go ahead and use it, because they are definitely more effective than just the template. But you should consider if you really need this, or you want to implement some trend. Because if you previously you were sending the email templates, and now you want to experiment and send just the plain text, it might not brings you the results you expect. But yeah, it is definitely worth to use the plain text.
All right. Thanks, Anna, for answer. We have another question. Again from James. Can you A/B split a holiday campaign? I read A to X. What is X in this case?
Okay, so Andre, maybe you.
Yeah, I spoke about it a little bit during the subject session. So A/B is testing 2 campaigns, and AX is testing more than 2 campaigns. So AC or AD, it means AC means 3 campaigns, AD means 4 campaigns, and so on and so on. And yeah, you can definitely AB or AX split during your holiday campaign, but you should apply all the rules we just described during this webinar to your test campaigns. For example, you can take a small part of your contact list and send to that small part an AX split and see how the results are shaping. And and that should help you with with achieving success in this area. And you can do that from Elastic Email campaign screen.
Okay, thank you, Andrzej.
Right. I think we have another question. This is from Teresa. Teresa is asking. You on the start of the webinar, you mentioned that you were making marketing campaigns for multiple companies in the past. Have you made any holiday campaigns before? How how soon you should start sending holiday campaigns, and what cross channels you should use? So in regards to social media.
During my career, yeah, of course, I sent some holiday campaigns, and as I said at the beginning of this session, if you really want to succeed in your holiday campaign, you should start sending your emails during the Black Friday, or even during the Thanksgiving, or even for a moment before Thanksgiving, and then on the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and then sending them also this holiday season. So yeah, how soon I started? I started in November, and I planned my campaigns at November. But then at the end of November, I just started doing things. But which channels I used? It also depends from brands, because if you are available, for example, in every social media channel, it could be really hard to manage all of the campaigns, especially if you have a small marketing team. Because also we should consider the activities. If you want to put together your email marketing campaigns and your social media campaigns, or your content marketing campaigns, or your online marketing campaigns, it depends. It depends on so many things. So you should decide what will work the best for you. I mostly choose the social media profiles because I was working on them, but it depends, as I said.
Great, thanks, Anna. And this will wrap our Q&A session, and we'll go back to studio and stop the screen sharing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's us. Okay, thank you guys for being with us here today.
We hope that our tips and advice will help you create your last-minute holiday campaign or plan your next campaign. But we would like to tell you that in the description, we added some useful links to our website, our pricing, our blog, where you will find a lot of useful pieces of advice about marketing, email marketing, delivery. We also add there the link to our webinar page. So if you are interested in looking how we were doing in previous webinar, you can go there and see. We also add there the link to our Facebook group. So if you want to be notified about the next webinars or have questions related to the webinar, you can join us in this group and send us all of your questions and suggestions, and talk to us every time you want.
Yep. Thank you for tuning in here, and we hope to see you again on our other webinars. We'll have definitely more of those webinars in the future, so just stay tuned. We'll inform you about more, and feel free to contact us. It doesn't matter if this is a marketing question or customer success question. If you have any inquiry, you can do that by sending email to support@elasticemail.com or connecting with us on our social media profiles like Twitter or Facebook.
And before we finish this webinar, we would like to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So bye bye.
Bye bye.